Well, if things go to plan in today's episode, we could be about to confirm our place in the Conference League final. Hello, welcome to Club 3, Part 10 of the Globe Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our second leg against Middlesbrough in the Conference League quarter-final. Then, obviously, should we get past there, we will obviously be doing that second leg in the semi-final, because I think it's going to be relatively simple no matter who we get. So the form since the last episode, we've not played too many games since we've only played 3 games, and they were a 2-2 draw against San Sebastian. Not the best result, but not a bad game. We won 2-1 down, and Bernal got a late equaliser. We did beat Middlesbrough 3-0 in the first leg, with the goals coming from Roman Prente and a 94th minute goal from Enrique Bernal, so that's very, very good headed into this game. Then we did beat Vallecano 2-0, so this is the league table at the moment with 5 games left to go. I know the second half of the season we haven't really shown you too many league games, mainly because I think we are very much in a good spot to qualify for some form of European football through the league. Obviously, we might still win the Conference League, so we're definitely going to be playing European football. What flavour that will be, I do not know. So let's hopefully try and get past Middlesbrough. Obviously, we do have the 3-goal advantage, and should we get through against Middlesbrough, we will be playing either Thun, who are a Swiss side, or Inter Milan, or in other words, Blue Neri, but it's Inter Milan. So they are. So that game is 2-2 after the first leg. If we get 2, I'd be laughing. That'd be us into the final. But Inter, that's a slightly more difficult time, but still winnable, but slightly more trickier. So the lineup for the second leg against Middlesbrough, it will be Sissoko in goal, a back four of Lichong, Guga, Maidment and Leno, Prente at the base of the midfield. Then we've got Costa Silva and Belotta. We've got Smearis out on the right, Bernal on the left. Then we've got Angel out front. A couple injuries to note you about. Vermeeren is going to be missing at least 4 weeks, so he might be up for the rest of the season. And Pablo Garcia, again, another player, might potentially be missing the rest of the season, which isn't ideal at all, but I think Bernal's a perfect replacement, albeit I don't know what his future holds, because he hasn't really improved this year. He's still only the 2 stars, still got 5-star potential, but hasn't really improved that much. We do have a guy who has got 3 stars of ability down in I think under 19, so it might be worth giving him a call up. But he is only like 17 years old, but he does have 3 stars of ability and 4.5-star potential. So there might be a few call ups during the summer, possibly. I'm not saying we will do, but I'm sure we will. There might be some call ups at some point throughout next season. Smearis has got the ball. That's a beautiful run from him, and Angel was in the right spot. I think it did come off him initially, but couldn't quite get his foot wrapped around the ball. I think the ball was slightly behind him, and he was hoping it would fall in front of him, but it didn't quite work out like that. But obviously, we are 3 goals up. Obviously, Middlesbrough do need to win the game by a 4-goal gap. Obviously, I reckon 1 more goal should probably wrap up the game. But to be fair, in the first leg, we struggled in the first half, but it wasn't until Prente scored 2 absolute screamers. It was then the time became a lot more comfortable, and we got a lot more confidence as the second half went on. So I reckon it's probably going to be a similar match today, where the first half, not a lot of action, then hopefully the second half we can try to get a couple goals. Inter Milan are ahead against Thun, so they are at the moment going to go through. They drew the first leg, so whoever wins that tie is going through to the semi-final, and at the moment it will be Inter Milan. Kuchikov with a goal kick. We've got a couple minutes left to go of the first half. Smearis, that is a lovely. It was a poor goal kick, but Smearis was on it. He takes it. I thought he's going to take it past the defender, but Will he put the ball into the box? He does. Angel. If that's Enchantu in the box, he probably puts that into the back of the net, or at least gets the header on goal. But Angel, he's only a lone player. I don't know if we bring him back. I haven't really been completely convinced by him, but we do have a young striker in the B team that we brought in January, so we might, if we can, we might give him a couple games before the end of the season. Just give him his games in like the final 2 games of the season whilst we prepare the departure of Enchantu, who's been absolutely superb. I just wish he took a bit more time choosing his next club. I wish he did accept our contract, because we were paying him we were going to pay him well over 100k a week, but he's chose to go to Valencia for like, I think probably like 89k, or which is what he is on at the moment. I might be wrong about that, but I just wish he didn't choose another team in Spain. So hopefully when we play Valencia next season, we absolutely beat the living daylights out of them, and hope to God Enchanted breaks his leg in that game. But he is probably listening to this as I'm ranting on about him. He is on the bench. I hope he's not listening to a word I've said about him, because that might make me feel a bit bad if he, imagine if he scored a hat-trick against us next season. That would be absolutely hideous, but that would be instant karma, I think. I think that's the saying. Roberto has got the ball now to Volsky. Obviously, we are in the second half, still goalless at the moment, but we are winning 3-0 on aggregate. I think as we get closer to the end of the match, Middlesbrough's chances are slightly decreasing, albeit they have got a goal back. It is 1-0. They still need the 2 goals just to send the game to extra time, but hopefully we can just hold on. But I'm slightly fearful that we might let them back into it. But another goal just to restore this 3-goal advantage. That should do us a world of good. Blotter plays a pretty, a risky pass that was back to Maben, but we still got the ball. Angel now to Smiris. He goes into the box. Angel, Costa Silva. He puts the ball into the back of the net to level the game, but it does put us 4-1 up on aggregate. That's a 3-goal advantage successfully restored, and that should be us through to the semi-final, which at the moment we will definitely be playing Inter Milan. They are 2-0 up against Chun. The other semi-finals, I don't know what's going on in the aggregate scoreline for Hibernian. I presume Hibernian, they're Lausanne and Schwester. I don't know what's going on in that game. And obviously, Lausanne are winning 1-0. I can't remember. Will it say? Oh, it does say. That's quite handy, that. So at the moment, Lausanne are going through to the semi-final, and Hibernian Tripolis are 4-all on aggregate. That is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely ridiculous, that is. Bertram has got the ball. We've got 10 minutes left to go. We should probably make a couple changes. That's a bit it's a bit silly of me. Burnout is going to make way for... We'll get on Hernandez. Blotter is going to make way for Furman, and I think we'll also get off Maidment for Dervas. I think that's probably all the changes which I'll do for now. I don't think we'll bother with the 5 changes. We'll just keep the other 2 just in case we have to really, just for emergency, just in case we get any injuries. And Salami has got the ball. He hits the post, and unfortunately it does fall back to him, and Salami does put the ball into the back of the net to make it 2-1. They still need 2 goals in 10 minutes. I don't think it's going to happen, but if they go on a short spurt of scoring 2 goals in 10 minutes, or if they score a goal here, I'm going to be slightly worried, but I think we probably do have this wrapped up. I think it's probably too little too late, and Hernandez does put the ball into the back of the net, and we do once again get the 3-goal cushion. That should be it. Hopefully, obviously, if they get a goal here, we're back to square one again, where we're slightly fearful in the last 7 minutes, but we shouldn't really throw this lead away from here. If we do, then we've got to be asking serious questions about our squad. And Adriano has put the ball into the back of the net to make it 3-2. 7 minutes left to go plus additional time. They still need 2 goals to send it to extra time. I don't think they might try a little bit harder. We are going to make a couple more changes. Leno is going to make way for Akanji, who I would love to make him permanent, but he's not interested in joining us. We've got 28 minutes left in the transfer kitty. I don't know who we're going to spend it on. Jantu's going to come on for the final 5 minutes. So that's something we might have to do before the end of the season, before we get given next season's budgets. But hopefully, if we qualify for the Champions League, they should give me like at least 50 or 40 million. I'd say I'd take 40 million. Obviously, with us having 100% transfer revenue, that should be very, very good. 40 million should be a decent starting budget, hopefully. But we'll see what happens. But we are safely through to the semi-final of the Conference League. Obviously, I'm not too fussed if we lost against Middlesbrough in the second leg. More importantly, we are through to the semi-finals, in which we will play Inter Milan. So we will play the first leg off camera, and hopefully we should have a simple start. Hopefully not too much work to do in the second leg. Hopefully 1 more win or 2 more wins against Inter, and we should be in the Conference League final. Well, since our quarter-final win over Middlesbrough, we have been in some terrific form. We have played the 3 games that I was planning to play. So we did draw 2-2 against Atletico Pamplona, which was a game where we were 2-0 down in, but Jantu saved the day and got us a goal in the 71st minute and a 95th minute equaliser to save us from losing the game. Then we did beat Inter Milan 3-1 in the first leg. We did go 1-0 down in the 3rd minute, but Bernal scored 2 quick-fire goals. He actually only came on in like the 50-something minutes, so he's a very good super sub. So he got 2 goals in the 61st and 64th there. Van der Silva rounded things off with a 94th minute goal. So we do win the first leg 3-1. Then we did just recently beat Cadiz 1-0 with Malis Spears with the only goal in that game. So the league table, as it stands, with 3 games left to go, we are currently 5th place, 5 points clear of Elche in 6th. So I think we're definitely, realistically, I don't think there's any way Elche are going to catch us. So I reckon we're going to be playing Champions League football, because I don't know. I mean, we are level on points with Atletico Bilbao, so you never know what could happen. We might be playing for a Champions League spot in the next episode. But first, let's get past Inter Milan and book ourselves into the Conference League final. This is the lineup to hopefully do that. It is Sissoko in goal, who's come along leaps and bounds this season. 3.5 stars, 4 stars of potential now. Then we've got Lichong, Guga, Maymont and Leno in the back four. Then we've got Blotter at the base of the midfield. Then ahead of him, we've got Costa Silva and Hernandez. We've got Sergio on the right, Bernal on the left, then Enchantu up front. 32 goals this season. I think we're going to miss him. We are definitely going to miss him, but I have already started doing some transfer business for the summer transfer window. We're bringing in a striker who looks very, very good, and he's a wonder kid, so definitely one for the future. Then we signed a centre back, can also play right back. Still have decided what position he's going to play. So bringing in, got 2 players in, and that's pretty much all of the leftover transfer budget pretty much spent. I still don't really know how much we're going to get given. Obviously, if we're in the Champions League, I'm anticipating I'd say probably around 40 million. But obviously, if we don't get into the Champions League and we're in like the Europa League, I reckon at least 30 million. I'll take anything over 20. Inter have got a an early goal. Singbo he scored the early goal in the previous game, and we all know what happened after that. We went on to get 3 goals in the second half, so hopefully it's a similar outcome in this match where we just concede early, but hopefully we don't let it bother us too much. But this is the away leg, so it's going to be a slightly more tricky game, but obviously we've still got the 1 goal advantage at the moment, but we could do with an equalising goal just to get that 2-goal cushion back and secure, hopefully. But 15 minutes left to go. The stats look pretty even, I would say. We've had 4 shots still on target. Inter have had 2 shots, obviously scoring that 1 shot on target. They've now had 2 shots on target. Come on, lads, we need to do better than this. If we want to have any chance of going through, which thankfully we will be going through to the final as it stands, but we could do scoring a few goals just to really rubber stamp our league, because at the moment it's quite terrifying watching this, to be honest. Leno has got the ball. If we can get an early goal in this second half, that would have been absolutely lovely, but it doesn't quite work out like that. But we do have 40 minutes left to go. Inter still 1-0 up, but still 3-2 on aggregate. That's the most important thing. As long as we're leading on the aggregate scoreline, don't really care what happens. If we lose 1-0 today, we're still through, but don't really want Inter scoring a second goal, which might be slightly nerve-wracking if they do convert this corner, which it does fall to Gray. Can we just try and get a block in or tackle and hopefully try and go on some form of attack? And that's not great. Michael Bologna has put the ball into the back of it to make it 2-0 to Inter, and scores are now level on aggregate, and at the moment it will be going to extra time. We need to improve, like seriously need to improve. Bernal is going to make way for Furman. We do have Garcia on the bench, but he is just coming back from injury, so don't really want to risk him. So we'll just make that change for now. We've got 20 minutes left to go. Let's drop a little bit of encouragement just in the hope we can try and get ourselves just another goal, which will put us in the lead on the aggregate scoreline. But at the moment, it will be going to extra time. Lotta is absolutely shattered, so we'll get on Arthur Vermeer, who is another player coming back from injury, but he is fit to play 45 minutes. But it's a big risk playing him, but we're going to have to take it. Smearis is going to make way, come on for Sergio, and I think that's probably all we shall do for now. 10 minutes left to go. We seriously need to try and grab a winning goal, or a goal just to put us through to the semi-final. But at the moment, Vermin with the free kick. If he scores this, we are through. If he misses it, there might still be time for a few more opportunities. But I think we have to put this in. At least try and get it on target. Vermin, it's the crossbar. Oh, he did everything I asked of him. He beat the wall, but unfortunately, he couldn't put the ball into the back of the net. We've got 3 minutes of additional time, which we played 90 seconds of, and Sissoko, that's a good catch. And hopefully, just get the ball upfield. Just get outfield. Will Njantu get his head onto it? Not quite, but it does fall to Vermin. This is, if we can get a late winning goal, this would be absolutely lovely. Silva puts the ball into the back of the net with a minute left on the clock. We might have just got a late winning goal. This would be absolutely huge if we could just hold on to the... I know we lost the game, but we won the match on the aggregate scoreline. That's all that matters. We are through to the Conference League final. This is what we do. We do all the work in the first leg, then the second leg, it doesn't really matter what happens. We may have lost both second legs against Inter and Middlesbrough, but those were the 2 toughest teams in the Conference League, and now we face Lausanne, who are a Swiss team, in the final. I mean, they're fit. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. They're massive. They're not even they might not even qualify for the Conference League next year. That's how bad the Swiss league is, or how tight it is. I don't really know how that league works. They might still get in there, but we are through to the final. That's all that matters. I mean, I couldn't care less the fact we lost them 2 games. We're through to the final. First time of asking, and that will be coming up in the next episode, where hopefully might be in the Champions League. I don't know what we do in the next episode, so I think we'll probably just play our last game of the season against Vigo, and obviously the Conference League final against Lausanne. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.